Okay, hi guys. I'm Lucy.
I'm Abby.
I'm sure you guys all know us by now. The program isn't that big. This week we got assigned pages 84 to 95 from Cold, which I'm sure you guys have all been reading because we all need to do videos like this.
Yes, you do.
There was 2 poems in our assignment, and there was 12th Month Winter and what was the other one? The Poet. And there was kind of like reading in between. There was 2 chapters, one called It's Good, which was chapter 4, and the other one, Everything Happens on Purpose, which was chapter 5. And it wasn't all of chapter 5, but most of it
Yeah, there was a good chunk of chapter 5 in there.
12-month winter, Abby said you guys discussed at the Friday meeting.
Yeah, like we went over it a little bit.
People weren't understanding what he was talking about. It's the one that talks about snow, which pretty much is the cocaine that you guys discussed. He pretty much just, Abby kind of had to remind me what his background kind of was in order for me to understand the poem because I was kind of lost. But his mom is a drug addict, as we all know by reading the book. His best friend sells drugs, and his brother is a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Kind of like small business drug dealer or whatever. So the poem is pretty much just talking about Mrs. Jeffers and Big Mike and him just having to experience this cocaine around in his life. He talks about, like, it says, like, Mrs. Jeffers, or, and we get snowed in sometimes, but not today. Like, he actually, talking about him actually doing, maybe it's not even him, someone being involved with this cocaine stuff.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's his mom, because she's a drug addict, so I'm guessing that he kind of got stuck at home sometimes because of his mother's addiction.
Yeah, so we're sure that he doesn't. I think it's either mentioned in here or something before that he's not a drug addict, or I don't even think he does drugs. So
I don't think so either. I think he kind of was not into that kind of stuff.
Involved in that.
Because he walked in on his mother or something doing drugs, and it kind of scarred him a little bit.
Yeah. After the poem, there's like this page where it's just going over when he was, I'm guessing, his professors in Nicole's office, and they're like criticizing one of his poems, and it talks about constructive commentary and stuff. But the next poem is The Poet. We had fun reading this, by the way.
Oh yes,
it rhymes. There's just weird stuff like poet or prophet, like prophet for profit, and like just a lot of rhyming. And
yeah, the homophone for profit was like crazy to understand. At certain points.
It was interesting. We broke it down. You guys, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but we have like side notes all over the book.
And there's underlines and
circles and whatever.
Yes.
We pretty much just broke it down. There's like him talking about how he can't be like a poet for like he kind of like notices that he is not gonna be able to live his life being a poet because it won't benefit him. And we kind of had a discussion about what the word prophet meant. And Abby, she thought that like it meant like either money or just anything. Like him being a poet, is it gonna like give him any, like, what did you say?
It was like profit could mean either like money or like give him like any background or like give anything to influence himself.
So we weren't like, I feel like it'll fit in
both ways.
Like if you think about it, either way. It then talks about how he sees stuff happening in the world, but he says like, I can see stories, people, places, things, evil races, scenes, equal aches and pains, needles, waste of brains. And then he says, me, I'm made insane on a daily basis, baby faces, fishy dreams, maybe basic, dipped in streams, save me, save me. And we kind of thought it meant like he sees all of this happening and he sees people that shouldn't be involved doing these things. And that's why he says like baby faces, fishy dreams, maybe basic, dipped in streams. Like he just sees bad things happening in the community, and he just doesn't know like why these people that are doing it because they're young, or like just like drugs and gangs,
Yeah,
like Abby
and they're
said.
getting into like bad situations, and he sees them wanting to almost get out in a way, but like not. I don't know.
Yeah, and he like we pretty much thought he was trying to say that like what's going on. He sees what's going on in the community. He just doesn't want to be involved in it because he doesn't know what to do. Then he goes on and says like, so I must be me, and I must be the bearer of the news, not wanting to tell you, but the drum is still beating for one who is not eating, so I will be needing you to pay me for speaking. So he kind of is going back to how he's a poet, he wants to be a poet, and he wants profit out of it. And he actually wants, by writing these poems, he's like doing like kind of like an awareness thing, but he wants something out of it. Like it's like, I don't know, like he wants to make a living out of it, kind of.
And if he doesn't make a living, he can't keep doing it, so.
And then, after the whole poem, I kind of just asked Abby, like, what is your definition of profit? Like, what is a profit for you? Like, PROPHET, not the other prophet. And she says someone that tells the future, kind of, and I kind of actually didn't know what it meant. Like, I had an idea, so we Googled it, and just to put it out there, it's an inspired teacher, so.
Like Muhammad was a prophet, like the Bible or whatever.
So he wants to be inspirational and get something out of it. So that's what the poem was about. Then it goes on to chapter 4, and it's just him being in the office with Nicole and her telling him, he comes in and he's really upset because he took his poems to a writing workshop, and they didn't help him. Like I'm guessing that to start off with, he just didn't want to take them there, and she kind of made him do it. And she said it would be beneficial, but it didn't. All he saw in his writings was like it's a good poem or something. You know, we have probably all came across that. Like we want people to actually tell us what's wrong with their papers, and all they do is say, oh, it's a good poem.
Yeah, they don't give him like any feedback, and it made him so frustrated.
And then she goes on and kind of wants to convince him to actually publish his poems because she thinks he's got talent, and he's being really negative about it. He doesn't want to. He says, yeah, right, like publishing a poem, okay, like he just doesn't want to. But in the end, she convinces him, and they sit around and look for publishers that he should look into. It just kind of goes back to how people don't believe in themselves sometimes. Like you just want to give up. Like you don't think you have it in you to get something done and actually do something with your life. And chapter 5 was everything happens on purpose. She kind of sets him up with like this, since he doesn't want to go to, like the writing workshops weren't working out for him, she sets him up with someone, and her name is Becky, right?
Yeah, and Becky was talked about in the
chapters. Book. Yeah. They pretty much just get to know each other. They're very familiar. I mean, they're really alike. Their writing is really like different. Like their experiences are different, but they just get really close. Like they end up like going to like.
Yeah, they find like their writing styles, like what they want to write about, is very similar. So they kind of find a middle ground where those two very different people find something connect. Yeah.
He ends up getting his poem published, and it just, I don't know, that was it, but it's pretty much just, it's just a really inspirational book, I'm guessing, from the looks of it, from what we've read, and, it just goes back again to, like, not giving up, and stuff can get done, and, yeah, it was interesting. We had, fun trying to figure poems out and stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting, definitely.
I hope you guys enjoyed our summary, and hope you guys have a good weekend, and can't wait to see whoever is next.
Yeah.
So we can watch it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.